I kind of expected a little more, so maybe I overhyped it in my head a little bit. I'm intrigued, I am in, I am set, and we're gonna go read for the rest of the evening. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Emily here. We are doing a reading vlog. We have attempted to film multiple reading vlogs over the last 2 months, and I've scrapped almost all of them. I've either tried to do a read for 24 hours, did not do good, and I've filmed at least 2, maybe 3 like trying to read in a week videos because I kind of want to incorporate more reading vlogs into my channel, but they essentially end up being kind of like how much I read in a week. Since I do work a 9 to 5, I don't get to read as much as I'd like, obviously, because I work a 9 to 5, or I do like just a regular vlog style of me working and then reading is just a part of it. So it's just kind of that mix of trying to decide what exactly I want to do and how exactly I want to edit. I've kind of decided what I want to do, but we're not 100% there. And I'm hoping I can have it figured out for this video. So hopefully you're seeing this. Fingers crossed. But this video, I actually am starting later than I wanted to. I did what I do best, and that's procrastinate. And the last video that you saw, which was the book haul video, I just finished editing that one when I should have finished it yesterday, which was Friday, and then I would have started this video this morning, but I procrastinated and got that up and done late, unfortunately. I'm not going to beat myself up for it. It happens. The biggest procrastination is my phone, because I am notorious for scrolling or playing games on my phone. It just came in today. I got a brick and I have it going. It's been going for an hour now, and I've had it on for at least another hour today, and it's really helped me kind of get in the zone of just like, I need to edit. I did, and I got the video posted. Hopefully that'll help me through my day-to-day life as well. Fingers crossed. I think it will, especially when I have the brick downstairs. And so if I want to use my phone, I have to physically go downstairs, tap it, and come back upstairs. And sometimes that's not worth it. So for this video, I originally was going to do a reading series vlog of me reading a series for the first time. And that was going to be the Shades of Magic trilogy. I haven't decided if I'm going to read them all the way through. I want to, because I wanted the video to be focused on just this series, but I'm a little hesitant. I don't know why. I had just thought of it before I picked up the camera. You're gonna know before me what this video is about because it's gonna be the title. And if I choose to just not read the whole series of this, I'm gonna start a couple other series, or finish series even, through some of the other ones that I've started, because I think I'm in the middle. Let me check. So I have my little tracker here. Starting this one, I will be officially in the middle of 12 books series, and if I don't continue this series after reading the first one, I could start 6 other series. One of them I could finish a series because it's only 2 books technically. It's not even like a duology. It kind of is a duology. It's a Tessa Bailey, like 2-book standalones, but are interconnected. And I could finish those if I wanted to. So maybe, because it'll take a book off of my TBR instead of adding a book to my TBR. So I think we're going to get through A Darker Shade of Magic first. I have a feeling I'm really going to love it, and I will hopefully just continue it, but we'll see. Happy Sunday. It is 4 p.m. I have not had a chance to read yet today. It has been a day of cleaning, errands, and then I actually decided to rearrange my office a little bit, and not just rearrange it, but also like actually make it functional, because I have like those things that you put under a desk, that cable management. It's called cable management. I've had those sitting next to my desk for 2 months, and I finally put them up. So it feels really good to get that done. And so now it's time to read. We have gotten 77 pages into A Darker Shade of Magic. I'm loving it so far. I'm loving the writing style so far. That's V. Schwab. This one, it has me getting into it I think I've been introduced to the main couple characters, and I'm loving this 4 separate Londons and this understanding the magic system, or like understanding how it works in this. And so far so good. I really like it. I have been reading it slower than I think I normally would. I've kind of had to go back a couple times just to make sure that I caught on to what they said right, but I'm loving it. I think this is going to be a really good story, so I'm really excited. So I'm going to continue to read this today. It's probably going to take me into tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to get this one done. I'm hoping it's going to be a book that makes me want to continue the series. It's kind of feeling that way right now. It just kind of depends on how this ends, I guess. I'm intrigued. I am in. I am sat. And we're going to go read for the rest of the evening. Okay, Monday update. We are on page 232. I am reading this a little bit slower than I would like. Like, I feel like I'm taking my time on this, not on purpose. It's understandable because it is a fantasy world. It's a stronger fantasy world that I've ever read before, because I mostly have read romance in the past, and those things I could breeze through a 500-page book in a day if I wanted to. But in this sense, I cannot, because I have to like kind of go back. There's these multiple point of views. There's these random side characters that kind of pop up, but then you're like, okay, why am I reading something from a point of view? But then like half a book later, you're realizing that you needed to know part of that to understand what's going on. And so it's kind of this like back and forth of like trying to get that all under my head. I've had a bit of a headache. We had snow last night, and there's been like fog rolling in all day. Like I can't even see the mountain range that we can see from where we live, and I haven't seen it all morning, all day. So that fog is causing some pressure, and I get like migraines like right here. They're like right on the front of my forehead. That's how I know it's a migraine, or else the rest is just a headache. And it's like there's that slight pressure that's here. Excedrin has taken some of it away, but because this is going on all day, I still have that like, it just feels like there's a ring going around like the side of my forehead. And I think that's kind of aiding to me reading a little bit slower because I have a pain in my head. I did also notice I did have caffeine this morning. I didn't have a coffee or anything, so I do have one of these mini little Sprites. Hopefully going to be aiding a little bit to this. I think all of us who get migraines, we have our concoctions of what drinks we like to drink, what medicines we like to take, what foods we need to eat that help aid or help it go away. And I know you're probably like, just drink water. No, see, if you don't get real migraines if you do not, like, how do I say this? If you get the real migraines that I think a lot of women get, I'm not saying men don't get migraines, I think men do get migraines, but I know women do, because like literally all the women on my mom's side of the family, my aunts, my cousins, who are all like, we all get these migraines. All of us. It's awful. But like, you don't drink water. Water is not the cure. All right, you drink some water with your Excedrin. I also like to have food in my stomach because I feel like Excedrin just rips your stomach apart. Yes, I've taken the medicated stuff, like the prescription. I used to take sumatriptan. I didn't mind that stuff. The pain never went away when I took that stuff. The pain would literally, I could feel the pain go from my head to the back of the head, down to my neck, and then it would sit for the rest of the day in the back of my shoulders. And I hated that. I hated that the pain would just like, ugh, whenever I took that stuff, so I stopped taking that. I only take Excedrin. Anyways, I'm talking too much. Basically, I was saying we don't drink water. We drink caffeine. We drink Celsiuses or Monsters or sodas or pops, whatever you want to call them. I call them both. That's our cure. So hopefully this cures me a little bit. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to reading this. We are, like I said, 232. We are about just a little over halfway through. I've been keeping up on my Fable. I made a little widget of it so that I can keep my streaks up. So let's see. I am 57% of the way through this book. We're going to hopefully get this done today. If this book ends on a cliffhanger, then I will pick up the next book. If it does not end on a cliffhanger, I might pick up another book. But so far so good. I am really liking this. I'm liking her writing. I'm liking her world building. Some craziness is ensuing. I'm intrigued about what exactly is happening and like what needs to be done and exactly what the other two books will convey. I don't know, I'm gonna stop talking and reading because I want to finish this book. Damn, girl. You guys, I am like 50 pages left. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I want this to end. It's just like, I can't. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Wait, am I gonna guess something? I don't know how I feel about that ending. I mean, there's another book, but it's like it just kind of big magic stuff. Magic done. Separate ways. Okay, bye. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so A Darker Side of Magic, V. Schwab, complete. You're probably questioning what you just saw about me finishing this book. I'm a little conflicted. I had heard so many good things about this series. I kind of expected a little more, so maybe I overhyped it in my head a little bit. The series as a whole could be, because obviously there are 2 more books. Each book, I'm looking at them, they are bigger than this one, so who knows what happens in those. Still a good book. At least, like as I'm sitting, just finished it a couple minutes ago, it's definitely a 4.5. I like the story. I like what's going on. Her writing is so good. Like, I see where the obsession of the writing comes from because the writing is so good in this. I feel like it kind of wrapped up a little too quickly. Like, kind of the main storyline kind of wrapped up a little too quickly. It was a little too easy. Like, it was like, oh, it was just that easy. Okay, cool. I don't know. I just was like, that's it? That's the end of it? At least of this book. There's still another one. But I'm not feeling the need to want to pick up the second book right away. Like, I'm not feeling the need to dive into that second one right now. So I don't think I'm going to. So we're officially making this a continuing, well, reading series vlog where I read book series. This is the first one in the Shades of Magic, obviously. So I came down to 3 options. The first one is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. This is book 2. I don't remember the series title, but it's, the Maple Hills series, but it's the second book to Icebreaker. I have Spiral by Balcahabra, which is the second book after Collide. And then there's a third book, Revolve, that is out. I don't own that one though. And there's a 4th one coming out in that one soon, I think, if I'm correct. And then I have Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey. This one, it's not really a series. It's just kind of like an interconnected duology standalone. Her Brother is the first book. And the first book I should have DNF, so I don't know about this one. But I actually think of these 3, I want to read this one first because I'm not going into it with high hopes. Like, there's a chance that I'm going to sit here and go, if I'm not feeling it, I'm just going to DNF it. So I kind of want to read this one first and see how far we get and if we finish it. And then I think I would want to do Wildfire after that, just because I do have Daydream, and Daydream is the 3rd and final book. Like, I don't think there's any more books that come out after that one. I'd rather get this one either DNF'd or done, and then it's completely off my list for series. Start this one and maybe even finish it. Because this, I could read this in 2 days. I know I can. These romances are usually so easy for me to read through. And I've heard this one is better than Icebreaker, because I think we all have our opinions on Icebreaker. Some of them strong, some of them not. I feel like I could read through this and Daydream in like the next couple days and complete that series as well. So I think I'm going to do this one first, this one second. So I think I'm going to start reading this tonight. I'm probably not going to pick up the camera for it. I'm going to end it here. And then I will talk to you tomorrow about either still reading this or DNFing it. Hello and happy Tuesday. We're almost done with this book. I have about 50 pages left, and I'll be honest, I've skimmed a lot of it. I like this book better than the first one, which was Secretly Yours, which I read last month. And I read about that one in my December wrap-up. I did not like that book. I should have DNF'd that book, so I didn't know why I was continuing this. But this one's a little bit better. Like I said, I've skimmed quite a bit of it. But I do like this story a little bit better than the first one. I do have some notes. I've taken some notes. And I'll probably finish this evening, and then we'll talk about it then. I do need to do a little bit of cleaning before I do that, because we do have trash pickup tomorrow. I have this whole routine that I do that involves cleaning upstairs and then cleaning downstairs. It should only take about 30 minutes, but I'm going to do that and get that all prepped so I don't have to worry about any of that. And then we just have to have dinner and read. I will go into my next book, which I believe I said I was going to do Wildfire next. Wildfire will be next. And honestly, I think I can get this done. Well, it's a little bit bigger. But I think I could probably get this one done by Thursday. We can maybe read Daydream. And then hopefully we can get off 2 series off my list this week. I was going to do like a full week of reading, but I think I may extend it a little bit so that I could finish that other series. So that we can knock these off, because it feels good to get this one done and over with. I do have a bunch of Tessa Bailey's books. I honestly might get rid of some of them, just because I don't know if I need them on my shelves. Like, I've read them and I'm just kind of like, meh, I don't think I need them. So I might get rid of them. I think I'm gonna try and do an unhaul here soon, just because I do have like a shelf at the bottom that has, I'm staring at it, that has books that I just don't think I'm going to read. So I might do an unhaul soon. I don't know. But I'm going to get to cleaning, and then we'll finish this up and we'll talk later. Alright, just finished. I'm glad I didn't DNF it, but I wouldn't be missing out on anything if I DNF'd it, if that makes sense. But like I said, I skimmed majority of this book. I'd probably say I got a third of the way through, and then I started skimming. So I have my notes here, and I just need to write one down real quick. I would give it like a 3 stars. Basic, simple romance. It's spicy. It's Tessa Bailey. I think everybody knows that she does pretty spicy books. When I was almost done, they say something, and it was like, oh yeah, this book literally takes place in like 10 days. Not even. I don't think. I think it's, yeah, you know, it might be like 10 days. Not even 2 weeks. And it's just one of those, like, to me, it's an eye roll. I'm not really an Insta-love person. So I do have my notes. I have a handful for this one. I think I'm going to save most of them for my January wrap-up. And I'm going to talk about the biggest thing that I dislike so much is this whole enemies to lovers trope, especially in romance books. Like, I don't think it's really possible. I can see it a little more in the fantasy side of things, because there's like, you know, wars, and it's one person from each side, and they're the ones who are true enemies, but they end up falling in love. That I can kind of see. In romance, it's quite physically impossible. It's called an enemies to lovers, but in the first 2 pages, he talks about how he has basically pined for her since the day he met her. In the first book, they have like a kiss. They like hit it off. Then like something happens and they start just jabbing at each other, and that's it. But he's like always pined for her. That is not enemies to lovers. So like, that's my biggest dilemma with this book. And with a lot of romance books. I think that's why I think romance, I've kind of I kind of just don't like anymore. Like, I don't mind them. I'll still read them because I like to read books. I don't know. Just some of that takes place within a month and it's happily ever after. Just like, to me, I'm just like, man, whatever. But that is this one done, and that means that the series is actually done because there's 2 books technically. So next I want to start Wildfire. And do I want to start Wildfire? Yeah, I'll start Wildfire. I kind of want to get this series over with as well. We'll see how this book goes and see if we want to read book 3. But I have a feeling I've seen people say 2 and 3 are better than book 1, so we'll see. Hello, it's Wednesday, but I wanted to give an update on Wildfire. You can see I do have a bookmark in it, so I have read a little bit. I did almost DNF this book, like in the first 2 chapters, I want to say. 2 or 3 chapters. I remember there was one thing about Icebreaker that I didn't like. This is probably just personal. I thought it was weird to have like a love story between 2 people, but they were like kind of hooking up with other people at the same time, but then stopped and started hooking up together. And I kind of felt that was weird. That doesn't really happen in this book, but the person that Stasia, what's her name? Anastasia in the first book? But I think they call her Stasia or Stasi, I can't remember. Who she was hooking up with before the hockey dude. This girl was hooking up with before this guy. And that just kind of made me feel really weird that that author chose that continuance into this book. I don't know, personal opinion, it kind of threw me off and I was just like, that's weird that we chose this. We chose this little thing to continue. And I just was kind of like, I don't really know if I want to read this. But I got through it. And I've gotten to page 102. That's where I'm at now. I think I might skip it. Like, I kind of want to know what happens. I kind of don't. I feel like this is almost a 400-page book. And so I think when it comes to romances like this, I think 400 pages is just a little too long, in my opinion. We're going to continue. It's not too bad. I could probably get this almost done tonight if I really wanted to. So we'll see. We'll see. I do get like a 20-minute break later in the day, so I might read a little bit further then. But I will say I do like the aspect where they both kind of have family problems, and obviously they're going to bond over it and talk about it, I think, and probably help each other through it, which I think will be nice if it's done well. So one of the, I don't want to give anything away, but like one of the problems I cannot relate to. I've never had experience with it, so I can't say how I would feel. But the other one, I could understand the problem. I haven't quite experienced that either, but I could understand the feelings that they're going through. And I think that's kind of what has caught me into this. I'm trying to word my words correctly. I don't even know if I'm wording correctly now. I'm very tired. We just had broccoli cheddar soup and bread for lunch, and I'm ready for a nap. But I'm gonna get to work and then we'll read afterwards, and maybe we'll finish it tonight. I don't think we'll finish it tonight. We could if I really put my mind to it, but I don't know if I want to give my mind to it. So I'll update you later. Okay, so we're almost done with this book. I have 100 pages left on the book, so we're almost there. This is a lot better than the first book, for sure. I'm kind of glad I stuck through it. I will say the character, the MMC, his name is Russ. I keep calling him Ross in my head. I don't know why, but I'm not really correcting myself. As you can see, we have some friends hanging out with us. That's Sushi, if anybody wants to know. And then we have Bucky, who is my baby. He loves a good heated blanket. I will also say this book is better than Unfortunately Yours. I'm liking it better than that book, which I think is also a good note on this. It is obviously different. That one is like Marriage of Convenience and adults, and this is college kids at a summer camp. I did fall asleep reading. I maybe passed out for like 10 minutes. I don't know why, I've just been really tired today. I've skimmed a little bit of this, not all of it, like I was doing with Unfortunately Yours yesterday. I had said that they both kind of have like a mutual thing, and they're kind of working on those problems, but they're not really like expressing 100% what's going on. Like you'd think kind of like where they're at in the book, they'd like, they would have divulged, they would have dug in. What am I trying to say? Wow, I'm tired. They would have said like what the 100% of the problem is. Like he has just basically said like, oh, my dad's made me feel this way before, but never said like why, like what has caused his dad to do those things, or say those things I should say, and like some other stuff with his other family members. So it's just kind of like she's kind of expressed, and it's the fact that he hasn't gone yet. I could see there being like some sort of third act thing, but I don't know, because I feel like they have actually kind of talked through things. I think I'm rambling, and I think that means I'm tired because I can't get my thoughts straight. So I'm going to finish this chapter and go to bed, and hopefully I'll have this done before work tomorrow. I'd like to get this done before work so that I can get this one crossed off. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, we finished Wildfire this morning. I will admit I did skim a little bit near the end because we started to get to a third act conflict, and I knew it was coming, but it's not your typical third act conflict. It wasn't as bad as some of them are. I thought it was done pretty well, but there were still some conflicting things for me that it just kind of threw me off. So I've talked about how they both have some family issues, and they are essentially, they work together on how to, not exactly work together, but they help each other through these issues. And I feel like some of them were, I don't know how to say this without spoiling, but like her side of things, she confronts, she handles it very well. And then all of a sudden, her sister is calling her and saying like, so proud of you. I did this a long time ago. But throughout the book, it made it seem like her and her sister did not like each other, and that they also butted heads because of everything that was going on with their parents. But then her sister was like, oh, I'm so glad that you grew a backbone. And it's like, she's like, I did it a while ago, but it's like, so you're telling me you let your sister struggle and deal with this stuff and you never confronted her about any of it or helped her through her issues because you went through the exact same thing? I don't know, that part kind of threw me off. And like all of a sudden that was all happy-go-lucky. And then for his side, he confronts, he tells his family how he's feeling, and then that starts something, and so that starts to get solved. But then his brother also has issues, and those aren't confronted and those aren't taken care of, and so you're left wondering like, well, what happened with your brother? Like, what's going on with that? And now there's just a lot of question marks left with that, and I'm like, okay, so I think essentially it's like they both had a problem on each side of their family. That was the main cause. They bonded over it, they helped each other through it, and those problems like kind of got solved. But because of that big problem, the little problems that came around that, those weren't solved. Or they were just like, well, I did that, so everything's fine. It's like, no, it's not. It's not how that works. And so it just kind of got summed up like that. Or either everything was fine, or we just totally forgot about it and didn't confront the other issues. And so that was kind of weird to me. I don't know if any of that made sense. So I apologize. Do I recommend it? Maybe. It's better than the first book for sure, and I think you can kind of skip the first book if you don't want to read it, and you could read this one if you wanted to, but it was still pretty good. But know that yes, it is technically standalone with hockey players. There is like no hockey in this, so it takes over during a summer camp where there's no hockey. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like he is a college hockey player, but there is no hockey happening in the book. But now that this one's done, we get to go on to Daydream, which is about Henry, which you do hear a little bit about him more in this book, in the Wildfire book. So this one we will be attacking this afternoon. It is Thursday. So I have a feeling I won't finish it until Saturday, which is fine. we can sum up everything then and then go from there. But I'm excited to get this one read. And again, I'm going to go in with the idea of if I don't like it, I'm just going to DNF it. I'll hopefully start this on lunch. I'll probably get like a couple chapters in and then I'll let you know where I am. Okay, so it is later in the day. It is, what, just a little after 9, I think. I've only read the first 2 chapters of this and I don't know, I'm not really vibing with it. I don't know, I'm not dragged in, I guess. Part of that kind of goes with the author's note in the front of this book. So she mentions Icebreaker, you are introduced to the main character, Henry, and he apparently has these like tendencies, or what do they say? And I'll say, I read Icebreaker in 2024, so I don't really remember anything. But she says she's received so many messages asking if Henry will receive a diagnosis to explain the traits that I've always called neurodivergent coded. The short answer is no, he doesn't. She continues to say, some of you might think, okay, cool, I could have read the book to find that out, but I don't. Oh, but I know many of you feel represented by Henry, or might be on a journey of your own, and knowing this ahead of time might be important to you. It just kind of threw me off. I read the first chapter, thought it was fine. Second chapter, thought it was fine, but I'm just like, it's over 400 pages. It's 425 pages, and I don't know if I want to, I just don't feel up to it right now. I'm like thinking about everything else that I have on my TBR, and those sound more intriguing than this. I'm going to soft DNF this book with the possibility of picking it up later. If I don't pick it up by like by July, then I'll probably just fully DNF it and just not pick it back up. But we're gonna soft DNF it for this one. And I don't want to read a book that I feel like is gonna put me in I don't think it'll put me in a slump, because I do tend to just pick up the next book that I think is gonna be exciting and read it. But I just know trying to force myself to read 425 pages of this right now is not ideal. With that, this was a series reading video, and just to recap, we did read the first book of Dark Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I'm actually kind of excited. I want to read that one. Like, how I think about reading that one is the complete opposite of what I think about reading this one. If I had to choose, I'd rather pick up A Gathering of Shadows. So excited to continue that series. Finished Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey, which finishes the Vine Mess duology, which I think is called. It's This and Secretly Yours. And if I'm going to be honest, I might get rid of these books. I most likely do need to do a unhaul video soon. I don't want to, because I don't want my shelves to be empty. Because if my shelves are empty, I think I need to buy. And I don't want to buy anymore, so don't know if I'll get rid of them yet. And then we did get through Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and like I said, we're gonna put off Daydream. Being able to knock off these 2 series means that no books are added to the TBR. And we love that. I don't even want to count it right now. On that note though, I'm going to end the video. And if you're still here, thank you for sticking around. I appreciate it so much. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.